Good morning, panels and attendees. A research title assessing the awareness and engagement level of selected logistics companies in Metro Manila towards green logistics. According to the World Economic Forum, logistics-related greenhouse gas emissions account for 5.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. As a result, tight regulations are being designed to promote green logistic activities, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and mitigate environmental damage worldwide. Transportation and warehouses are named as the busiest activities in logistics, as transportation influence the performance of logistics system as it is essential and bring advantage throughout the whole production. While warehouse is important part of the operations as it serves work platform to perform process of preparing products for shipment. Investigation has been done about the implications of green logistics in the Chinese market, and it results that the implication of green logistics contributes to environmental sustainability, while the regulatory authority and customer pressure promote the implementation of green logistics and the use of energy resources in supply chain logistics. Green logistics will easily be implemented when there is sustainable and advanced transportation system. In the Philippines, only the larger SMEs are greening their supply chains. According to Green Freight and Logistic Policy Growth 2018, the Philippines is a fast-growing emerging country with rising freight and logistic businesses, encouraging nationwide economic growth. However, the Philippines has seen little discussion or activity on green freight and logistics. In recent years, environmental threat is one of the topics that have received a lot of attention caused by manufactured and other greenhouse emissions. Today, logistics, according to Manhuna 2014, emphasized cost-cutting and cost minimization. But since individuals and governments are concerned about environmental issues by logistic activities, logistics sustainability becomes mainstream topic and increased pressure for the business firms. Green logistics refers to all the efforts that assess and reduce environmental impacts of logistic operations. It has three fields to consider: the economic, environmental, and social concerns. Environmental sustainability focuses on environmental impact of the company. Transportation in its modes, infrastructure, and flows are significant contributor. This can be achieved through utilizing the appropriate modes of transportation and handling load capabilities and routes effectively. Second, the social sustainability. It pertains to ecological and cultural issues of how companies support its employees and community. It is achievable through raising people's knowledge on their responsibility. Lastly, the economic sustainability. It is connected to financial performance indicators such as revenue assets that enhance the value generation of the business logistics services and reduces related logistics costs by utilizing the available resources. To achieve economic sustainability, logistics must stimulate the development of innovative and efficient logistical services. Green logistics was introduced, but still it is looks like a brand new concept at the moment. For the statement of the problem, number 1, what is the level of awareness of selected logistic companies in Metro Manila in terms of procedure, concept, impact on the environment, and impact on the business? Number 2, what are the practices in transportation and warehouse that the green logistic companies in Metro Manila already implemented in regards to green logistics? Last, what are the factors or barriers that affect the logistic companies in Metro Manila in implementing green logistics? According to the study of ecological modernization of Chinese export manufacturing by a green logistic management in its implication, investigation has been done about the implication of green logistic in the Chinese market. The results revealed that the implication of green logistic contributes to environmental sustainability impacts the exporter's environmental and operational performance in reducing carbon dioxide emission waste. Also in the study, combinational optimization in green logistics claimed that green logistic initiatives might manage waste management, cut energy consumption in logistics operation. Green logistics is described as creating and sustainably distributing commodities taking into consideration environmental and social concerns. In previous studies, researchers focused more on the implementation of green logistics and discussed ways to implement and educate about the importance of green logistics in the environment. There are many studies about the use and the benefits of green logistics. The effect on the operations has not yet been tackled enough. Research and articles also lack answers according to why most logistic companies cannot fully implement green logistics. For our research conceptual framework, was presented based on how it is. This study will look first on the company's level of awareness regarding procedures, concept, impact on the environment, and impact on the business. The results will show how well the company knows the concept of green logistics. The awareness of companies will state the engagement to green logistics. Thus, this study will identify the practices being applied and the challenges of barriers the company faces that hinder them from implementing or adopting green logistics. Research methodology. This study used quantitative method to generate knowledge using numerical data to determine the respondents' level of awareness and aimed the logistic companies in Metro Manila and used purposive sampling as sampling technique. For statistical treatment, this study utilized descriptive analysis to measure the weighted mean, frequency, and percentage of the data that will be collected in a particular category. For the finding in SOP1, the level of awareness of the respondents is high since their company has somewhat implemented green logistics practices. This shows that companies can implement some of the practices, although there is not enough knowledge about green logistics' impact on their overall operations. For the conclusion, the companies are aware that green logistics contribute good impacts on the environment. However, they don't find green logistics to be beneficial for their operations. Respondents are not yet familiar about the opportunity that green logistics will offer for their company aside from helping the environment. For the researchers' recommendation, researchers might need to study or research more about sustainability since this also specify and make these parameters stronger and more specific. For companies, it is best to practice and identify all of these parameters and use the most suitable for their operations. They can also further add more that can be suitable for green logistics. For SOP2 finding, right size packaging is the most frequent practice in warehousing, while in transportation, companies carefully plan their route to avoid traffic and save fuel. For the conclusion, applying the right size shipment is important. Fewer fillers such as bubble wrap reduces the effect of fillers to the weight of the cargo. And planning route is more efficient than buying new trucks that has new diesel engines. That's why in order to help on reducing cost, it had good effect on the environment. For recommendation, the company can effectively implement the concept of green logistics if they can have different seminars or orientations for their employees about what green logistics is all about. Researchers may conduct further research regarding other business areas such as inventory management, packaging, internal process, and etc. to maximize the knowledge of green logistics. Lastly, for SOP3, researchers find high maintenance cost was the main barrier in implementing green logistics. Companies' financial capability shows are not enough. For conclusion, companies are more focused on either opportunity and their operation, which will not require high cost, and research recommend that they can make improvements and make solutions such as setting goal like to minimize their carbon emission and expand of years. For the references, and that would be all. Thank you for listening.